Okay, so we are recording. Oh my God, this is so exciting. The inaugural Team No Judgment team call. Okay, so I mentioned in the group earlier that I wanted to talk about the C's of success. I don't know if you guys follow, like, when I first started, I would seek out all the time, like, YouTube videos of some of the more successful coaches and different, like, once I started getting an idea of kind of like the way that I wanted to go, the niche that I wanted to, get into, then I started trying to look for people that could help with those specific things. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a lady named Marie Forleo. Have you heard of her at all?
I'm not sure. I may have seen her and not remembered her name.
Yeah, she's like a high-level business coach, and her she has a lot of really good freebies. Like, I subscribe to her. She's got this thing on Tuesdays called Marie TV, and it's just like a quick, less than 10-minute video, but it's like personal development, infusion. It's just amazing. And she's one of those people that it's like she's been in my head listening to my thoughts and speaking to any kind of doubts that I'm having. And it's really weird because her emails show up and it's like they're speaking to exactly whatever has been. It's just the weirdest thing. So I thought, okay, I'm going to really listen to what this lady has to say. And so this is taken from a presentation that she had done. She's got a lot of free videos and stuff on her. And someday when I am in a better financial situation, I'm going to totally invest in one of her paid programs because she just seems amazing. So anyway, so she's, the 13 C's of online success. So, with our business, like, the thing that separates the pros from the amateurs is professionalizing your business, like actually taking ownership of it and treating it as a business rather than, just a side hobby. It's like whatever you put in, is what you're going to get back out. So if you're just putting like part-time energy into it, then it's going to be a part-time gig and it's never going to go. So, everybody has different goals. So that's totally fine. If it's going to be a part-time gig, then that's okay. But just, you can't expect like, I'm going to put 2 seconds worth of effort into it and build $1 million business. That's just not how it works with anything in life, with business and anything else. So, like, running it as a professional. So, taking ownership and your responsibility, focusing on giving versus getting. We have something really special to offer people. And we kind of have to get out of our own heads about it. Like, this is one of the things they were talking about in our leadership thing that I'm in this week. The guy was saying, we have all this fear of like rejection if we're going to share it with people, and we're so afraid that they're going to say no. And like, really, in the scheme of things, is it that major that somebody says no? Because somebody's going to say yes. And I mean, like, the more that you share the opportunity, the more opportunities you're going to have to get those yeses, which is why I posted in there about when you get a no, come back, because we kind of like strive for no's because that means that we're getting the message out there and you're going to eventually get yeses. Like, not everybody in the world is going to say no because somebody needs what we have to offer. And one of the things that this coach really that said that really struck me, I actually was like crying at my desk at work. He said, it's selfish of us if we don't share what we've been given through this company, because it's not, we're not trying to sell people a workout program. We're not trying to sell people a shake. We're providing a place where people belong, where they feel like they belong. We're providing them a sense of community. And every team is different. Every coach is different. And, your message is going to speak to the people that need to hear what you have to say. And that just really touched my heart because, I spent a good part of my life feeling like I didn't belong. And now, I've got this wonderful community of all these women that are just so uplifting and like, they don't give a crap if, I'm super weird. Nobody cares. Everybody's like, yeah, just be yourself and let your freak flag fly and whatever. And it's awesome. Right. So not only that, but we have these programs that help us improve our physical fitness and help us improve our health. And we've got, this amazing shake. And like, this is just such an incredible gift that somebody shared with us. And we're doing people an injustice if we don't share it with them too. You know, it's like, it's our job to do that, to share with people what it's done to change our lives. And because think about, you know, where you would have been if nobody had shared it with you. Like, how would your life be different? You know what I mean? I don't know where, but I would be freaking insane because this really, I was at a really tough, emotionally tough place in my life. And then this whole past year has been just a roller coaster. And this has been one of the constants, you know, is that I have this community of women. I have you guys, and I have my coach, Natalie, you know, to back me up and hold me up and kick my ass when I need it, you know? So we're doing people an injustice if we don't share that. But, one of the things that we run into is, you know, our reach, especially once we sort of wear out that warm market of like convincing our moms and sisters and best friends and whoever, you know, we need to figure out how to market ourselves. That is the number one key to success, is getting that message out there, because the more people that you can get that message in front of, the more you're going to, you know, find your tribe. You're going to find those people that need what you have to offer, and that your message resonates with them. And, you know, and they're going to want to join your challenges, and then they're going to want to be coaches, and they're going to want to build their own teams. And I mean, but we have to get it out there first. Right. So as far as successful modern marketing, there's, Marie says there's 13 C's. So these all start with a C. So the first is courage, right? To just get out there and be vulnerable and share our story. And I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with. We kind of, a lot of times, keep it surface level. Like, we hear the 4 vitals and like, okay, we have to work out and drink Shakeology and read our personal development and, you know, share that with people and invite them. But like, not having a story to go along with it. People see infomercials all the time. You know what I mean? They see infomercials and they see stuff on the computer and whatever. And it's like, the thing that sets us apart is the ability to share how these programs have helped us, how they, you know, have changed our lives. And so just having the courage to get out there and be able to share that, and, you know, to say like, I'm not perfect. I struggle a lot with that one. You know, we need to be vulnerable, and there's a lot of stuff that I can be, but like the end of January to the end of February was like, I was like emotionally pummeled so many different ways, between, you know, the disappointment of not having, the IVF treatment, and then having the surgery. And then like 4 days after my surgery, my sister calls and is like, hey, guess what? I'm pregnant. Like, fuck, man, you know? So, you know, but it was hard to share that with people, because, you know, I had this like feeling that, oh, if I share it with people, and they're going to think I'm weak and they're not going to want to work with me. And that's so not the way it goes. And it took Natalie really being like, come on, dude, you've got, you know, that's what's holding you back, is you need to just be honest with people. Because when you hold on to those little negative things and you don't put them out there and you don't like release them, you know, you can't, it's just is a block that, and the universe understands that, you know, so it holds you back. So even when it's hard, you just have to think of like, somebody out there is going through the similar thing that you are, and they might need to hear that. I mean, you think about like, what attracted you to this was maybe something I said that you were like, yeah, I felt that way too. You know, that's how I felt. That's what drew me in. So, you know, just having the courage to just share that. And that's something, the second C is confidence. So we have to have confidence in ourselves and what we're offering. So those two kind of go hand in hand, courage and confidence. Personal development is going to be huge with both of those. I know when I first started, I don't know how you guys feel, but when I first started, I was like, personal development, no thank you. That is a bunch of hokey BS, and I'm not doing that. I don't need any self-help books. So I didn't really take that seriously for a couple of months. And then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to give it a try. I didn't like the first book that was recommended to me, so that helped too. But once you make it a daily habit, it does so much to strengthen your mind. And then once your mind is strong, then, you know, you're not going to be as bothered by these no's that you're getting, because you're going to, okay, that's fine. Somebody's going to say yes to me, you know? So being confident in yourself, which comes through personal development and doing the 4 vitals and things like that, being confident in what we're offering. Like we can't convince people that this is a worthwhile product if we're not a product of the product. That was a lot of products in one sentence. But seriously, like they, you know, we're real people to them. So they can see all the infomercials they want, but if they see it working for us and it's someone they know and someone they trust, and even like, you know, I got a huge surge of people when I posted that I had earned the Success Club trip, because that doesn't happen in real life, right? I was freaking out. I'm like, this never, you see it happen, but not to people that you know, and certainly not to yourself, you know? And so it was like, people see that and they see, you know, that you're a real person, somebody that they know, and it's really happening to someone that they know. And that's, you know, so we have to be confident in the product that we have and know that it changed our life. It changed other people's lives that, you know, are around us, and it can change their life too. Yeah. So confidence, knowing that you were made for a reason, and just being gung-ho about just sharing it as much as you can. Okay. So C number 3, clarity. I get a lot of emails about this one. Somehow I have gotten into a trap of a lot of coaches that are all about the clarity. Clarity on your purpose and clarity in how you want your business to go. So, you know, figuring out who you serve, who's your target audience, who are the people that are going to identify with what you have to say. That was a struggle for me at first. I came in thinking, you know, oh, I'm going to totally market this to women who are struggling with infertility too. That is not the people that I am attracting at all. And I kind of was, at first was like, well, what the heck, you know, and you come into it too, like, but I'll help anyone. I will just help anybody that needs help. And that's a wonderful thing to have, you know, that's a wonderful intention. And that's why we are Team No Judgment, because we will help anyone. But to really truly put our message out there and get it in front of the people that need it, we need to be specific. We need to be very clear on what our strengths are and how we can use those to help other people. So having clarity in who you're serving and what you provide to help serve those people is going to be huge. And the vision for your business and for the team. So, you know, see, we set goals. We try to set goals like every month. They say like set a, you know, work backwards, set a yearly goal, and then set a quarterly goal, and then set a monthly goal, and then break that down into weeks and break that down into days. So, but we can't, you know, we can't effectively set a goal if we don't even really know what it is that we're doing with our business in the first place. So getting super clear on those things. And one way that's really easy to do that, not necessarily easy, I don't want to say easy, but one way that will be really helpful is figuring out, and I learned this when I very first started, I was listening to some guy's training thing, and he said, figure out your 5 things. So what people associate with you. So mine, like wife, because or like wife and family. You see me post a lot about my husband, whether it's we're working out together, we're hiking together, or just, you know, hanging out, being silly or whatever, because he's an important part of my life. Dog mom, you guys know how much I love my dog, and he's always incorporated in my stuff. And I know Kayla's a dog mom too. So, and Jennifer, you're a cat mom, so you can like appeal to cat people. I see your helper there. You know, I love food. I'm a foodie. I love to travel, that sort of thing. So constantly taking those 5 things and using that as the inspiration to put my message out there you know, and sort of intertwining that. Like, I love food, and so food prep is a big part. Nutrition's such a big part of what we do. And I'm finding with my audience that they are, it's a lot of like busy working people. Like, I have a lot of moms, I have a lot of professionals that have very tight schedules and things like that. So, okay, I'm good at organizing, I'm good at time management, and I love food. So I try to post like, hey, here's some simple recipes. Food prep doesn't have to be hard. You can have staples in your pantry. So that's using those things that are like an inherent part of who I am to be my inspiration for posts that incorporate a mini lesson that will speak to who I need to speak to. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, it
So
does.
yeah, so once you figure out like, you know, who you are and what your things are, then you can use that, and it'll, you know, the clarity, once you get clear on that kind of stuff, oh man, it becomes so much easier, because then you're not trying to market to everyone and figure out like, what the heck am I going to post about? What am I going to say? You know, it just will sort of come to you with practice. Okay. So C number 4, this is a huge one, and it kind of ties in with the last 3. Connection. We got to be able to connect with people, right? We need to be able to empathize with people, with our customers, and what they're going through. And we need to show them that we have a crystal clear solution to what their problems are. So, you know, that's just a matter of conversations and being able to effectively ask questions, you know, getting deeper than the surface level stuff of like, well, how much weight do you want to lose, and when do you want to lose it by, and how much time do you have to work out? You know, you need to figure out what's behind them, because a lot of people say like, you know, oh, I just want to lose like 20 pounds, 15 or 20 pounds, or I just want to tone up or whatever. And I always make it a point at some point in the conversation to ask them, what would this mean to you if you could achieve it? Because that takes it to a whole other level. That allows them to attach a why to their workout. Because, you know, like, you can just, oh, I should work out, so I do. And then you kind of half-ass it because it's whatever, right? But if you have a why attached to it, like, I would never, ever, ever run a half marathon just for fun. I don't understand people that do that. I mean, good for them. But, you know, like these people that go out and just run 15 miles on the weekend just to do it, like, why? But knowing that my dad, like, the first time I did it was 50 years since my dad had joined the Marine Corps. And that was all for him, like, to honor him. And so no matter how tough it got, no matter how much I wanted to give up, no matter how much, you know, I was like hurting and like, oh my God, thinking about seeing his face when I crossed that finish line is what kept me going. Like, just how proud he would be, right? So that's why I'm doing it again, because he actually had back problems and he didn't get to see me cross the finish line. He literally could not sit up. And so John would drive him to points on the race and like get out of the car and get to the back seat and push him up long enough to see me run by, and then lay him back down and drive him to somewhere else.
Aw.
Like that. It was really bad. So he couldn't stand up to be able to see me across the finish line. So like, but that's a strong why. Like, I love my dad. I'm totally a daddy's girl, you know? And so that's what's going to carry me through this. So if you can do that for your customer, you know, you figure out, obviously, you know, what their goals are, what they're trying to achieve, like what their roadblocks are as to why they haven't been able to achieve it. And then have them help them see why it's so important to them and what it would mean. Like, attach a meaning to it that's heartfelt. And you're gonna connect with them in a completely different way, and it's gonna make it that much more meaningful and that much easier for them. Because then when the going gets tough and they say, you know, I want to quit, or, you know, I just don't think this is for me, or whatever, you can go back and screenshot that and say, remember when you sent me this? I actually did that to someone the other day, because she was just, you know, like whining a lot and like just kind of really half-assing and stuff. And I went back to like October and found the conversation, and I screenshotted it and I sent it to her and I said, do you remember when you sent me this? Do you remember how you felt that day? What's the deal? Let's do this. And now she's back on it. So, making that connection with people and connecting to their why, and then showing them that you have a way that'll get them from island A to island B, and your business is going to just like, that's how you get challengers that become coaches. That's how you build strong teams, and then you get referrals and all this other stuff. You have to have that connection with people. Okay. C number 5. Let me just check the time real quick on how long we've been going, because it'll only record for like 40 minutes. Okay. Number 5 is content. So, we talk a lot about posting. They want you to post like 3 to 5 times a day. But it has to be not only high quality stuff, but intelligent and strategic and well thought out. So, we can, and this happens to all of us, it happens to me too. Sometimes we just throw up a post just for the sake of like getting something out there. It happens to the best of us. I totally have days where I'm like so busy and I haven't had I didn't take the time. I won't say I don't have the time, but I didn't take the time to really plan out my week and stuff like that. But depending on what your goals are, once you're clear on your goals, like right now, I want to grow this team. I want more people to be on this team and to join us. And like, I just want this team to explode. You know what I mean? Because the more people that we can get that have a like-minded mission, the more people we can reach, the more impact we can have on the world. And that's exciting and that's a powerful thing. And I really, really want that so badly for this team. So I'm going to focus a lot of my posts on the coaching opportunity because that's what I'm trying to achieve right now. So being really clear on your goals and then strategically crafting content that speaks to that, getting deeper than just, hey, I worked out today. Hey, here's the meal I ate today. You have to really think about what it is. If you're going to do a challenge group, you want people to join your challenge groups, then you talk a lot about community and like what your challengers are doing, that sort of thing. So just, and above anything else, putting your heart behind all of that stuff. That's going to be the biggest difference with your content. I mean, you can, strategically think and craft this post, but if your heart isn't truly behind what you're saying, your audience is going to see that. It's not going to resonate with them, and people see through it. Even if it's a subconscious thing, they're going to, just keep on scrolling. So strategically crafting your content and making sure that it speaks to whatever goal it is you're trying to achieve. Okay. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6, consistency. We've talked about this one before a lot, right? Consistency. That is what separates the amateurs from the pros. For real. Showing up every day, not waiting till the last minute to plan out your business tasks and stuff like that. You want it to be like, if I don't post for a day or two, I get messages from people that are like, are you okay? I haven't seen you post, So, but because they are used to seeing my stuff come up in their newsfeed, they're used to seeing me interacting on their posts and things like that. So, being consistent, not only with your posting, but with your workouts, with your Shakeology, with your inviting, with your personal development, like all of it, every single part. The 4 vitals are called vitals for a reason. You know what I mean? They're the building block of a stable business. They're the cornerstone. So if we're consistent in those things, because people are watching, even if they're not, commenting, even if they're not liking posts and stuff like that, they watch you all the time. And so if we aren't consistent, if we don't show up every day, how can they trust that we're going to show up every day for them? They have to see that we're going to be a constant. before they make a commitment to try to do the same. So consistency and all of that. I can't stress that one enough. Like, it's huge to show people every day, no matter what, because if they can't trust that you're going to be there for them, then they're not going to want to work with you, or they'll work with you, but they'll half-ass, and that doesn't help anybody. So consistency. I know we've talked a lot about that one, so I don't have to go over that one too much, but okay. Number 8, copy, which is the language that you use to advertise your brand. So you want to make sure when you're, crafting your well thought out content that you're pretty consistent as far as the message that you're sending, but also in your branding. You want to have like exciting lines that sort of catch people's attention. They tell us, you'll hear a lot, scroll stopping posts. So, when you're going through your newsfeed, there's a lot of like weird memes and recipe videos and that sort of thing. And I don't know about you guys. I don't even have a newsfeed anymore. Actually, I installed a newsfeed eradicator on my Google Chrome. And so now when my newsfeed comes up, I just have an inspirational quote. And then I made lists on the friends list page. So I have like current customers, potential customers, current coaches, which, is like you guys, my family, new friends, that sort of thing. And so instead of taking all this time to like scroll through a news feed, I can go specifically to one group or another and sort of look at their stuff. So what you want to do, because you get so caught up in just scrolling the news feed, and social media is so unsatisfying a lot of times. I know a lot of times, like, I would be scrolling and like, just let me read something that's like good or happy or interesting, so, scrolling, if you want to have something that's going to catch people's attention right off the bat. So the language that you're using to advertise your brand, you want to have like good looking pictures, and also, something that's going to grab their attention right away and be interesting and make them want to keep reading. And that's how you're really going to get your message across. Okay. Number 9, conversions from, interested people to customers. So, and that's just a matter of, conversations, just being bold enough to start a conversation. I don't know if you guys have read the forming document on our Coach Online Office, but, you want to have this business is all about building trust with people. We're relationship based. We're not like, hey, come have a party and buy my stuff. People need to really trust us, and that's a process. And so the easiest way to convert is to build a relationship with them. So, I might start out, especially when I first friend someone, if it's not someone that I knew like from high school or something like that. And even if it is somebody from high school that I haven't talked to in a long time, anytime I send a friend request and somebody accepts it, as soon as they accept it, I message them and I say, hey, so-and-so, thanks so much for the ad. And just depending on how I know them, like, I try to find a way to relate to them. So like, it's always really great to meet another LuLaRoe fan. I just love the clothes, nice to meet you, or something like that. So you appear friendly, you start a conversation. And sometimes, there are a couple people that I have done that. And I guess, people stalk when you first, how it is when somebody friends you and you go and look at their page first to make sure that somebody you want to be friends with. And they see, oh, you're a health and fitness coach. Well, hey, I've been struggling with blah, blah, blah. Or, oh, I've done a Beachbody program before, or something like that, So it starts a conversation. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they just read the message and don't even respond, but whatever. So that's one way to sort of convert people to start building that relationship so that you convert them from someone that's interested to someone that is actually a customer. You can you can, you know, like their picture and then comment on it a couple times. Like if there's somebody that I see that I think is going to be a potential customer, I really make it an effort to comment on their pictures and stuff like that. Or, you know, after I've commented on a couple of pictures, I might message them and say like, girl, I love that necklace that you were wearing the other day. Where did you find it? Or something like that. Just any way that you can to start a conversation and then follow up with that. The fortune is in the follow-up. So anytime that you can, you know, find some way to connect with people, that's going to help your conversion rate so much, because you have to build that trust that you're not just trying to sell something to them, that you are actually interested in them as a human being and invested in, you know, finding out who they are and building a relationship. Okay. Next C is class and integrity. We don't want to be salesy. We're not salesmen. We're people who have had an amazing experience and we want to share it with others. So just, you know, providing like great customer service. It's one thing to get people, to convince people to be converted to what we're trying to do. But we have to keep that customer service up. We can't just say, hey, join my challenge group, and then never, ever do anything for them. Like, we have to be there for them. We have to invest in them and provide a great service for them, because then they're going to tell people, they're going to get great results. They're going to tell people, they're going to maybe want to join the team, you know, but that's up to us. Okay. The next is contribution, what you can give versus what you get. And that's like, don't just focus on the money, you know, don't just focus on the recognition and the fancy titles and the prizes and stuff like that. Like, if those are what the business is based on, then the business is never going to go anywhere, because it has to come from the heart. Otherwise it's disingenuous, and people are going to pick up on that, even if they don't say it right out loud, you know? So we have to keep our heart at the forefront of this and remember that we're in it to help, you know, to share and to help and to change lives, not just to make money. The money is an excellent byproduct of sharing our heart and sharing our vision. I'm trying to hurry through these last few because I only have a couple more minutes of recording. Next is continuing education. So always learning as much as you can. Learn about marketing, learn about branding, learn about, you know, Beachbody products in general, trying the different product lines and trying the different workouts, and learn about nutrition, learn about, you know, how the body works, all those sorts of things, because the more that you can position yourself as an expert, the easier it will be for people to trust you. Next is community, which I think we have a fantastic community, both within our little team and within the Misfit Legion umbrella. Like, you need the support and the challenge and the help that a community of like-minded people provides. Like, it's just amazing. This team is special. Our team is special in a lot of ways, because it's not often that you find a huge group of women that actually really like each other and want each other to succeed without cattiness, you know? And so that's a huge part of the culture, and that's what's, you know, that's going to make you successful. So, you know, continuing to invest in the community and being a member of it, a productive member of it. And the very last C is commitment to making it successful. You guys know as well as I do that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. There's no such thing as overnight success, and it's hard, and it's a roller coaster, and sometimes you're just like, what the hell, you know? But think about a time back in your life when you have given up on something that you committed to. Like, did you feel like shit? Mm-hmm. I feel like shit when I've committed to something in the past and then not followed it through. You know, it just feels so bad, and because you know that you're capable of doing it, but you just, you know, like, give up, you know? So, like, having that commitment and saying, like, I am going to stick this out, because I promise you, if you do stay committed to it, you are going to see success. Like, as I struggled for months I started off with a bang, and then I had like a real low period where, you know, it just seemed like I was pulling teeth to try to get this business to move forward. But sticking with it has been amazing, because now I'm starting to see the fruits of that labor. And I know that you guys will too, if you're, you know, you take all these things that we've talked about this evening and incorporate them. And I mean, obviously we'll expand on all of them, you know, at different points throughout the group. And you guys can feel free to like set up one-on-one calls with me, and we can go over, you know, more ideas and stuff like that. But, you know, just the commitment overall to yourself and to your business and to your teammates and to your customers. I mean, that's what's going to make you successful more than anything. Just, you know, and I can't wait to see, I cannot wait to see what you guys achieve. I mean, Jen, especially with your situation that's coming up, like you are going to soar. You're going to be amazing. I just know it. And I've met my best friend for coffee today, and I was like, this girl on my team, oh my God, she just got like this announcement at work today. And I said, she's going to take off. You watch. And she was like,
I have to at this point. I have no choice. So it's really kicking the ass that I needed, I guess. So
yeah, exactly.
I am. So,
yeah. And you're going to do it. I know that you are, because, you know, once you finally decided that you were going to do this, look what you've achieved in the last few months, you know?
Quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. So it's going to keep on going. And Kayla, I know you've got some drama going on right now, but I know that you're going to do well with it too. We all just have to get over our freaking selves. Yep. Like, that's the biggest part of it. Like, just getting out of your brain and being like, F it, I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. You know?
That was my thing today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's okay. And comparison is the thief of joy. So please don't